Okay.
Hello friends! Today is flying day. It's so fun to fly.
A superpower I really wish I had is to fly.
That would be awesome.
That's my dream if I had to choose a superpower.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the things that we can never do on our own. We
Yes.
always need help.
Yeah, I don't think we can fly like Superman, but we can fly in planes and we can use gliders. Have you ever gone on a glider?
I have in Virginia. I got to climb up some sand dunes and jump off, and it was really tough.
Whoa.
It was really hard, and I was in the air for like 5 seconds. It was a lot of work for a little bit of air time. It was very cool. Highly recommend it.
That's awesome. So when you get older, maybe you can fly like that. But for now, you can fly in a plane, or you could fly a kite. But yeah, there's only a few animals that can fly, like types of animals that can fly. There's many different little kinds of animals that can fly. But what are the 3 types of animals?
So there's insects. Insects can fly. Not all insects, but a lot of insects.
Yeah.
And then of course birds can fly.
yes.
Once again, not all birds. Birds like penguins cannot fly.
Mm.
And then there's also bats. Bats can fly. Those are the only 3 living types of animals that can fly.
Wow.
But there used to be dinosaurs that could fly too.
Whoa. Yes, I think I've seen pictures of those animals, those dinosaurs that can fly.
Yeah, definitely.
My favorite bird is actually the smallest bird, is the hummingbird. And there's a lot of hummingbird feeders here at the preserve hanging up behind us. And you could put a hummingbird feeder in your yard and see what kind of hummingbirds come to you. The smallest living hummingbird is only 5 centimeters long, and it's called the bee hummingbird. They come in all different colors, so many beautiful colors of hummingbirds. We have a lot of ruby-throated hummingbirds here in Alabama, and they migrate down to Mexico and Central America. And then the biggest bird wingspan is the albatross, and it is a gliding bird. It doesn't flap its wings at all. It uses the air currents to drift around the ocean where it lives. It's so cool. I've never seen one in person, but that would be really fun to see. The giant albatross wings that span over 10 feet long. It's crazy.
It's really, really long.
Do you have a bird feeder at your house?
I do. I have a bird feeder and I have a hummingbird feeder.
Wow.
So we try to sit it where we can watch them from our window.
Yeah.
We have a friend who has a bird feeder on their window.
Oh,
So it's a little clear one, so they can just have the little birds hang out while they're
that's fun.
while they're sitting inside. It's like they can be a part of the bird's life.
Yeah. If you don't have one at home, you could make one, or you could come here to the preserve, and we have some really cool bird feeders that we'll actually show you later. You can also look for birds in your yard by looking for nests, especially this time of the year. A lot of birds are laying eggs, and they have nests where you can look at the birds very carefully. Don't get too close to them, because the mama birds, they don't like that. They're very protective, and you need to keep them safe by staying at a distance. The other thing that you could also look for in your yard are butterflies and moths. You saw a big one recently, didn't you?
Yes, we had a big moth fall out of a tree, and its wings were still damp from coming out of its cocoon.
Whoa.
So he wasn't ready to fly yet. We had to take him to another tree where he wasn't going to get blown over by all the wind, so his wings could dry out. So that actually has to do with metamorphosis.
Yes. So for a time, the butterflies and moths live as caterpillars, and there's so many little caterpillars around right now, and they're eating as much as they can so that they wrap themselves up in a cocoon or a chrysalis, and they transform in there, and this miracle happens, and they grow wings, and they turn into butterflies and moths, and then they can fly. Some butterflies and moths can live up to be a year old, but it's not a very long life they live as a flying insect. They live longer most of the time as a caterpillar. So it's really neat. Can you think of another bug that flies?
Yeah, so bees.
Yes.
And bees are kind of like hummingbirds, that they beat their wings really, really, really fast.
Oh yes, they do.
Like so fast that they beat their wings faster than you can blink.
Yeah, like hummingbirds flap their wings like 53 times per second. Crazy. Can you try to do that? I can't do it. It's just too fast. I can't even get off the ground. Ladybugs, I have so many ladybugs. They're not there right now, but they were there when it was a little bit colder. Ladybugs were coming into my house, They wanted to be warm, and they're flying all over the place.
Ladybugs can be a bit invasive, but they're so cute.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever actually consider them invasive, but
No, I didn't mind. But they, like you said, they can be called ladybugs or ladybirds. Like in different parts of the world, over in England and in parts of Europe, they call them ladybirds because they fly around like birds.
so one flying thing that I'm not a fan of,
Uh-oh.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're so mean.
And we have a lot of those. Luckily, we don't have a lot yet because we're
Yeah.
actually experiencing a spring. But
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly today, so the mosquitoes are not out.
but they're coming.
So make sure you have some safe bug spray, something to help you from the mosquitoes and other things that bite, that are flying animals, that are insects.
Like ants.
Yeah, ants can do that, hornets, wasps. So be careful as it gets warmer. Watch out for those stinging bugs. They're just trying to protect themselves, so just give them some space, have some bug spray, and have fun playing outside, looking at all the flying things around you.
So over the next week, get out and check out some birds and other animals that are flying and post some photos so that we can see what all is flying in your backyard.